Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bunga Ozoi. We're here again. This has been a long minute. I know. Pardon me guys. I gave that like 2 months ago, so it's been a lot for me trying to balance having 2 kids and all that, and then trying to get myself back and all that. It's been a minute. I'm so sorry guys. I hope you guys forgive me. So today I'll be giving you guys a gist on how I gave birth to baby number 2. I actually was hoping to have a footage. I was hoping to actually record it, but I couldn't because all the plans I had to record it didn't really work out. And then I was hoping to, okay, since I didn't have any plan for it to, since all the plans I made didn't work out, let me maybe take a video myself. But then I was having very mad contractions and there was nobody there with me except my I was most likely alone except my mom, so there was nobody there that could actually handle the phone properly. So what's the point? I was only able to take a video when I came out of the labor room and laid down. That was when I was able to take a video of myself. So that's just it guys. So today I'll be giving you guys a gist on how I gave birth to baby number 2. So sit down and enjoy this hot gist coming from a mom of 2 under 2. You're right, that's me. Welcome back guys. Baby number 2 came June 12th on a Saturday. Yeah, I think 12 past 12 on a Saturday past 12. She was weighing 3.6 kg. 3.6. I saw hell. Yes, so how did it go? We all know that if you've experienced pregnancy, you know that towards as the week draw closer, the Braxton Hicks keep getting stronger. So that was just it. I was having strong Braxton Hicks towards delivery. As the day is drawing closer, it was getting stronger. So the ending of May, I was thinking that by the ending of May, I was going to give birth because it was strong. But the ending of May, I didn't put to bed. So I was like, I'm tired. And I had my son at 38 weeks. So 36 weeks, nothing, just Braxton Hicks. 37 weeks, nothing, just Braxton Hicks. You know, I was the very day I was 38 weeks at the doctor's on Friday, June 11th. So I went for my regular antenatal checkup. As you know, it's weekly. It's weekly once you enter your third trimester. You start having weekly appointments. I mean, from 8 months, 9 months, start having weekly appointment. So I went, and the doctor checked me. The doctor said, "Oh, you are dilated. It's 2 cm. That's at June 11th." Yeah. So the doctor said that, as the doctor just said, you're dilated. It's 2 cm. I was like, it's not even active labor. But I knew I was having strong contractions. I knew it was becoming more painful then. So when he finished having the vaginal examination, he was about to step out. I had this mad contraction that made me, like, I screamed a bit. Doctor just turned back, raised my tummy, looked at my tummy and said, you're having strong contractions. With the way the contractions is coming and with the way you're already 2 cm, and I was already effaced and also dilating at the same time, I don't think you're going to make it to pass this evening. You're most likely going to give birth this evening. So, and he said you should go and book a room. That was one of the doctors. After that, he now said, okay, let him send me to the chief, that's the main consultant, for me to have a pelvimetry. I went up to the chief and he did the pelvimetry and said that my pelvis is very adequate. Then we told him that we're going to be staying back. He said, no need for you to stay back. He was the one that took the delivery for my first child. He said, no need for you to stay back. You can go back whenever you are in that delivery, come back. So we told him that the other doctor said that he doesn't think that I'm going to pass this evening. And he said, no. Just go back. When you have strong labor, then you come back. That this is your first vaginal delivery or something, that it might take a longer time. So I don't think it might even come this evening. It might come days after, because he was like, just go, just go. Okay, I went back home. Immediately I was about to enter the car, I had the worst contraction I've ever had, ever since I've been having contractions previously. It was so bad, like it held me. I had to stand there and keep breathing. Then the nurse, one of the nurses that was just passed, was like, the way you're going, are you sure that you're going to go home today? I was like, I'm already entering the car, I'm going home. So throughout in the car, I was having mad contractions. I kept on squeezing everywhere, squeezing my face, The contractions were even way worse than the ones I had when I had my first child. So I went back home. I was timing the contractions. I think I'll put a picture of the timer. That's if I still have it. I was timing the contractions. They were not regular. Some were 2 minutes apart. Some were 4 minutes apart. Some were 8 minutes apart. So I even gave up timing. I stopped timing it. My mom now started braiding my hair all back so I can have. So when I'm actually laboring, I won't have what did you call it? I won't have anything blocking me or itching my back and all that. So as she was braiding my hair, I was going through contractions. I was like, God, how am I going to be able to go to the hospital in the middle of the night? I don't want it. So, my birthday is June 12th. Yeah, my birthday is June 12th. It was supposed to be the next day. But I didn't believe that I was going to have, even if I didn't believe I was going to give birth on my birthday, although my birthday was one of the due dates I was given. So I thought maybe it's all whatever. The first time I had 48 hours of labor, so I was thinking that this time around it's going to be the same thing. So I was like, it's not going to come. Then, to buttress my point more, as it was going around that kind of 10 p.m., 11 p.m., contractions reduced. Like, let me just say it ceased. So I was like, hey, I said it. That is not possible. So I started relaxing. It was coming. It started coming back. But it was coming back very, very light, negligible quantity, negligible volume. To me, it wasn't so strong anymore. So I was not bothered. I was chatting with my husband. We were chatting around like 11 till around 12. I was like, you won't wish me happy birthday. You wished me happy birthday. Just a few minutes past 12, I laid down. I was trying to sleep. Although the contractions I was having, they were uncomfortable. It was not so bad that I couldn't sleep. I was trying to catch my sleep. Immediately I laid down, one mad contraction hit my back. The way it hit me, I screamed, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I was like, what is going on? What is going on? Immediately it hit me. A few minutes, I felt like I was wet. I felt some kind of wetness in my lap. I looked and I saw the shoe. That's the mucus plug now, what we call shoe. My mom was with me, so I told my mom, Mommy, tissue. So, okay, for those that don't understand, when you see the show actually signifies that you're entering active stage of labor. So I already knew I was already entering the active stage. And from that moment onwards, the contractions that hit me were terrible. They were hitting me anyhow. I couldn't sleep. I was so sleepy. It will hit me. I will scream, hold my waist, scream. I will shout. My mom will be rubbing because whenever it's coming, it was coming here, the middle of my lower back. I'll keep telling my mom to massage there. Somehow, I don't know how, the massage she kept giving me there made it a little bit manageable. Somehow, I don't know how, the massage I was getting there made the pain a little bit bearable. It didn't take it away, but it was a little bit comforting. I kept on screaming. I couldn't sleep. Once it eases, I try to doze, and then it comes again. I scream. I kept on doing that over and over and over. So obviously, I can't step out at around 1 a.m. in the east, whereby around that time we were having this unrest, this Biafra thing, and all this unrest and all this thing. And the insecurity was at an all-time high then, so I can't leave around 12. I said, okay, let me see if I can continue bearing the pain till it's around 4 a.m. So when it was around 4, I couldn't bear the pain again. I told my mom, let's start going to the hospital. She said it was too early, that I should sleep. I said, sleep where? Do you know how I'm feeling? The contractions were mad. I said, I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to the hospital. She didn't really listen to me. I just left her. Went to my daddy's room. I went to my dad's room. I knocked on my dad's door. Immediately my dad opened the door. He looked at me. He saw my looks. He just asked me, do you want to go? I said yes. So he said, okay, everybody should get ready to go. Already, I've already packed my hospital bag and kept it at one corner of my room. So it was just a matter of them to pick it and drop in the car, and then we'd go. And my dad was like, okay, he needs to take a shower. My mom too, the same thing. And then they asked me if I wanted to take a shower. Hey, Jesus. You're asking me that is in labor if I wanted to brush and actually pour water on my butt. I said, no. What I need is to get this baby out of me. That I wanted to just deliver. I'm not interested in giving and taking a shower. So they took their showers and all that. We started heading to the hospital. Remember that June 12th was when they said that there was a sit-at-home protest. No one should come out because of Nnamdi Kanu and his cohorts and all that. So I was a bit scared that the road might not be as friendly as we'd expect. But everything was okay. We were going after 5 to 6, I was already at the hospital. The nurses had their own drama. They locked the doors and went upstairs. The insecurity and Biafra thing. So when we were knocking, they didn't take us so serious until they started looking down and found out that it was actually true. There was a woman that was in labor that was knocking. So they opened the door. As soon as they opened the door, my dad started shouting at them. Do you want someone to die here? This is labor. Blah, blah. Me, I was not even concerned. I just wanted to just give birth. So as they were taking me upstairs, they already know me because that's also that I gave birth to my first child. So they were already preparing my room as I was slowly coming upstairs. When I got upstairs, I went straight to the labor room to have a vaginal examination so that they will know how far along I am. So when they checked me, when I had the VE, then I was 4 cm dilated. So like I said before, I already knew I was in the active stage of labor. So that was around 5 to 6 years. So after that, I went to my room and continued laboring. At that time, the pain became so increasingly bad that my eyes remained closed until it was time to push. I don't know what was happening. I don't know how it was happening. But if you have experienced labor, I think there is a time that the labor gets so intense that it looks like the pain is blinding you. Yes, my eyes were closed. Making it worse, I was very sleepy. I had not slept all through the night. The night before this night, I had not slept because of contractions. I didn't sleep so well during the day because I was having contractions. So this time around, I was so super sleepy because I felt like I've not slept for the past 2 days. So I was super sleepy and I was in pain. So I kept on. At the point, I started crying because it was unbearable. I started telling them that I wanted to have an elective CS. But the nurses were doing something. Immediately, I told them that I want an elective CS. I want an emergency CS immediately. Call the doctor. I can't bear this pain any longer. They'll tell me, okay, let them go and call the doctor. They will all disappear. I will not see them anymore. I'll continue going through my labor and all that. Then, what was I doing? Nothing. I was just there trying to calm my mind down because I know if I am tensed, labor is going to cease. So I was trying to calm my mind down, trying to see if I can go through it. And at around 8 o'clock, I went in for another vaginal examination. And then I was 6 cm dilated. So I was happy that I was progressing. One of the major challenges I had while in labor was my baby's heart rate. It was very fast. It was going very, very fast. At a point, it reached 160 BPM. From 160 BPM, it got to 164 BPM. So when it got to 164 BPM, the doctor started monitoring my baby's heart rate almost every 5 to 10 minutes. They would check my BP and also check the baby's heart rate. They were doing that to make sure that two of us don't enter distress for any reason. But aside that, I didn't have any major issue while in labor. So after that time, all the nurses and all the doctors disappeared. And then my mom said, let her go and buy things. Like we needed a makeshift bowl to bathe the baby with. And then we forgot wipes. And what else? Just some minor things that we needed to get that we forgot, and then or some makeshift stuff that we needed. So she went out to get them. So it was me alone in my room, no doctors, no nurses, no betting partner, just me and my God. I was seeing hell. Nobody was helping me to massage the waist. That was helping me a little bit. So the pain there was skyrocketing. I was crying. I said I was never going to get pregnant again. I was telling God that, God, if you can take this pain away from me, I'm never going to get pregnant again. I'm going to give you a big cow. Obviously, the big man doesn't like bribe. The big man doesn't take lightly to things like that. So he didn't listen to me. In fact, if anything at all changed, it was that the pain became more unbearable. So I was crying, I was shouting, I felt abandoned. I felt like everybody in this world had failed me. Like, all of you have failed me. Nobody is here when I needed everybody most. I was blaming everybody. But it was the pain talking. I hated everybody at that point in time. I was, in my head, I was like, the way I will deal with so and so persons when I come out, then you push away from me. I was in mad pain. So I think after that, when my mom came back, my sister called. I don't know what happened. The call cut. My husband called. I don't know what happened. The call cut. I don't even know. I was just not myself. I can't even remember most of the things I did then. So immediately I came in, immediately I had my first VE when I was still 4 cm. When I entered my room, the first thing I did was to pull my clothes. My mom was like, you should cover yourself. For me, I didn't send whether I'm covered or not. I'm in pain. I didn't even care if I'm naked. I don't care. If labor pain hits you, like, the least thing you'll be concerned about is coordination. Rara, I was not coordinated. Mba. So, what even happened? As around 8 o'clock when they checked, I was already 6 cm. Yeah, I think I've said that before. So I was now alone by myself, laboring, and that was when the pain was worse. I was screaming for like an hour plus, almost 2 hours. I was alone by myself. There were 2 doctors, nurses, just me, laboring. I was in pain, mad pain. My eyes were, if at all I had looked at my eyes in the mirror, I was sure that they were red or even black, if possible. I was in mad pain. So I kept on screaming, I kept on shouting Jesus. At a point, the pain became unbearable for me. I think I don't know if to say I passed out or stuff. I just laid down still. Whether it was paining me or not, the pain became so unbearable that I was not feeling any pain anymore. I don't know how to explain it. That's how bad it was. I couldn't shout again. I didn't have energy to shout anymore. I was just there. Then came the doctor. The doctor just came inside the room. Like, where are nurses? Where is everybody? You alone? I said, yes, I'm alone. No. She was like, that is not fair. So where is your betting partner? I was like, she went to get something. So he was now there keeping me company, rubbing my back and all that, till the nurses came. When the nurses came, he now took my vital, checked my BP, checked the baby's heart rate, and left. I said, okay, he's going to be around and monitoring me closely. But they have another case that they're handling. I said, okay, quite, no problem, I understand. And the doctor left. I was with my mom. So I was hoping that around 10 a.m., they're going to do another VE. Around 10 a.m., they were not there again because I was bugging them that I didn't want to go through this pain anymore, that I wanted an emergency C-section, that I'm tired of the whole contraction thing. So around 11, they came and said, okay, let them just do another VE to see how far along I was coming, because I was complaining that I wanted to use the toilet, that I feel like I needed to pee and poo. So they said, no, you can't go. Pee on yourself, poo on yourself, no problem, we'll clean. They said, no. Forget that I'm in labor. I must maintain beauty. Please, I'm a speck, at least. So I thought at that point. So I refused. I said I must go to the toilet. So they said, okay, I should relax, let them do another VE, right? So they took me to the doctor was the one that wanted to do the VE this time. No, that was not the time they wanted to do VE. The doctor came later on and said, let him take my vitals and check the baby's heart rate this time around to be sure that it's okay. So we went back to the labor room. I laid down. He checked the baby's heart rate. It was around 162. It came back by 2 beats. It came down by 2 beats. So he was like, okay, the baby's heart rate is coming down a little bit. It's no longer 164. It's now 162. Though it's still fast. We'll be monitoring it. I was screaming. I was like, the pain is too much. He said, okay, let him just check me. But they checked 2 hours ago and I was around 6 cm. So now I should be around 8 or thereabout. So he checked and I was 9 cm, almost 10. So he was, you're already 10, you're almost 10 cm, just a little bit. You're almost all open. What's now the point? Just keep lying down. Let the nurses come and take over. The midwife came back and checked me and then said, okay, that you're already completely dilated, just a little bit of lip remaining to open up by your right. So she told me to lie down by my on my right. So I laid down on my right, turned the other side, laid down by my right, waiting for the other lip to open fully so I can go into labor. I was screaming. When they told me to lie, everybody left me again and went out and were doing their thing. They didn't allow my mom inside. She was already back by then. They didn't allow her inside. At that time, it was just only me in the labor room. So I was there, I was screaming, I was calling all the names of God I could remember. In my head, I was like, once they say push once, I'll push out this baby so I can have peace of mind. That's what I was telling myself. It did not quite happen that way, but story for another day. So I was there. The nurses came back later on. The midwife herself came back and checked me and said, hey, now you are ready. You are 10 cm and you are 10 cm and you are very, very roomy. And she now touched and said, you can see your baby's head is just here. When she put her hand, like, I swear to God, the hand was not just, the hand felt like it was just here that entered. And I could feel her touching something that felt like a ball. But like, your baby's head already down. So all you need to do, just give me a strong push. Push once, let baby come out, and all of us will go, you know. So I said, okay, yes. Remember that, like, I'm going to only push once, people will come out. Okay, nurses were now preparing the instruments that we're going to use for delivery. I saw her bringing out different sizes of scissors. I told her, madam, please, in the name of God, please. I do not want a episiotomy. Bikun. She said, it's not in her hand, though. That is in God's hand. That she just prayed to God that I don't need it. So I was like, I don't want a episiotomy. What she tell me? I don't want. If people want to give me episiotomy, it's better I go for an elective CS than for me to have an elective episiotomy. It's better I go for an elective CS than for me to have an episiotomy. She just laughed it off and continued doing what she was doing. There was a midwife and a nurse. There were 2 nurses that were there. And this was part of my plan. I wanted a holistic childbirth if I was going to be doing the whole vaginal thing, you know, less intervention, no doctors around, just me doing what my body wanted to do. But this will be another thing I'm going to discuss in another video. So I was there, and then when the nurse finished preparing everything, she wore her apron and told me, madam, this is it. So we are going to teach you how you're going to push for us. So she said I should spread my leg, and then I should put my hand on I should use my hand to hold my legs while lying down. And I should listen to her. When she says push, I should hold that hand and lift myself up and do like I'm about to poop. I should not scream, don't shout, just do like you want to poop. Don't scream, don't shout. These are the rules she gave me. I was like, it sounds simple. I can do it now. Waiting be this one. I don't see 99. Waiting be 100. You know, I was so confident that is first push, baby is out. Had I known, I wouldn't have made that statement. First push, nurse was like, we are ready. Oh yeah, push. I did. I felt like fire just went all over my body. I felt like something was about to come out of my butt, and then my vagina was enlarging. I felt a sharp pain and I started like, Jesus, I cannot do this. I cannot. They kept encouraging me. The nurse was now telling me that this is not the sweetest pain, sweetest thing you ever experienced. It's the worst pain you ever experienced, but just know that within few seconds or minutes, it's over. Just push for me. I pushed more than 10 times. So once the baby wants to start crowning, I become scared. When the fear now came over me, contractions ceased. And you know I need contraction to be able to push. Yeah? So contractions ceased. I waited for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Contractions ceased totally. They were not coming anymore. And I was already 10 cm dilated just for me to push. The nurse now said, okay, let her give me Pitocin. I said, no. No one would give me Pitocin. I don't want to have any intervention that might cause anything. She was like, you're already 10 cm, you just need Pitocin to keep the contractions coming so you can push out. I said, no, I don't need it. She said, okay, let her just put catheter in my hand in case. They put catheter in my hand. Is it catheter they call it? I don't know. But that injection line, they put it in my hand. I knew in my head that it was the fear that I put in my head that made the contractions to stop. So I started singing in my head, trying to think of things that made me happy, trying to take the anxiety and the fear away from myself. Once the fear was going down a bit, contractions picked up again. So that was when I knew that fear is the worst enemy of a woman that is in labor. So once the fear left me, contractions picked back up. So I had this strong urge. The urge came. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't control it. It just came on its own. The nurse didn't tell me push. Nobody told me anything. it came on its own with the contraction. So I couldn't stop it. The other ones I could stop, but this one I couldn't stop it. It just came on its own. I was trying to stop myself from pushing, but I couldn't stop myself from pushing. It just felt like God was telling me, oh yeah, this girl, deliver this baby by force. So, but before that urge, my mom told me something. My mom was like, boo boo, to fundo, well, push this by all means. It's not the best pain, but get it over with in a few minutes. So it means throw away life and take death. Do it by all means, something like that. If I'm to translate it loosely to English. So I was pushing. As I was doing that pushing, I felt like I was in a virtual world. I was not hearing the nurses. They were saying, but like when you are swimming and you're underwater and people on top are talking, how their voices were sounding. That was how everybody's voices were sounding to me. I was not hearing shit that they were saying. I was just pushing. And then I felt the baby's head coming out. And then I felt the nurse give me an episiotomy. But the funny thing? I was not under anesthesia when that cut was given. And I did not feel any pain. I can't remember feeling any pain. I didn't feel it. Maybe because I was in a worse pain. Because I was feeling like there was fire all over my body. I was feeling the worst, like all my bones were being broken and I was being grinded. That was kind of intense pain I was in. But I could not stop pushing. Then the head came out and I heard the nurses and my mom cheering me on. You're doing well. Push. Keep it up. I was pushing and the baby side was coming out. So I felt the baby side come out and then I felt the nurse put her hand inside and I think she was trying to deliver the shoulder. She was twisting something and then once the shoulder came out, everything just came out like water. My mom said, hey, my mom knelt down in the theater in the labor room, was bowing down to God. Hey, thank you, Jesus, and all that. I was just like, immediately that water thing, immediately the baby came out like water. I felt like cold water was just poured on my body. My whole body just calmed down. All contractions ceased. I was like, that was when I opened my eyes well. Before, when I was opening my eyes during labor, I would open my eyes like this. But when the pain now finished, I just opened my eyes well. The nurse now said, we have to deliver the placenta. They gave me, I think they put the Pitocin back. That was when I allowed them to give me the Pitocin drip or whatever. I don't know what happened, but she was pulling and pulling and pulling. I delivered the placenta. I asked her, I want the placenta. She said, okay, she showed me the placenta. I was okay, like I saw it. So this was a placenta that constituted problem in my first pregnancy that I had to give it 3 years. So after that, she now said she has to stitch me up because I had an episiotomy. So I was like, They gave me an injection to help numb the pain, but to be honest, it didn't really do much as I was still feeling it a little bit. So when they were done stitching me up, they cleaned me up. By then, they already started cleaning the baby and doing all that stuff then. Immediately the baby came and the first thing the nurse did was to show me. I was like, what did you give birth to? I looked, I was like, oh, it's a girl. So I was like, okay, fine. And they started cleaning the baby up and took her away while they were trying to stitch me up and clean me up. So when they were done stitching me up and cleaning me up, I went to the room. I think that was basically it. That was how the delivery went. God, that episiotomy pain was not here. I was in fucking pain for days because of episiotomy. And I was like, when I had CS, I experienced no pain. So please don't allow anybody pressure you into having a vaginal birth, CS or whatever it is. Do what is best for you and what you like. Don't allow anybody pressure you. None of it is easy and none of it is the fool's way out. No. All of them are to save your life and just do what is best for you, generally. So that is it. That is how the birth for baby number 2 happened. She was born 12:51. She was born 12:51 p.m. June 12th. She's my birthday mate. 3.6 kg. She was very fat. She was very big. Though I didn't even know how I labored at 3.6 kg, but all thanks to God. That's it, Sha. That's it, guys. That's it. So, we are yet to baptize her. So when we baptize her, then maybe I can share her name. Until then, that's basically it. We're doing fine, mother and daughter, we're doing fine. Maybe one of these days you guys will get to meet her. But for now, I don't feel like I'm in that space yet to share her face. But when I am, I would. Just with time. Give me time. I'm prepared. So that's it, guys. Until next time, I remain your girl. Please, if you have stayed this long, you might as well like, share, comment, and please, the most important thing, please do subscribe to my channel. Please, I'm crawling, but I really want to get to 1,000 subscribers anytime soon. So please, guys, subscribe to my channel so I can keep the content coming over and over. Until I come your way again, I remain your girl, Bunwa Ozebo. Now, mom of 2 beautiful children. Give me my accolades. Bye.